The recording has started, yes. So I think we can start now. Yeah, so I'm going to introduce myself again. My name is Zainab Oladimeji, and I'm the head of community growth and innovation at CodeSphere Hub. And we are pleased and happy to have you on this platform. So before we start, I would like us to introduce ourselves because we are trying to get our facilitators and hosts on this call. So I think I'm going to be starting with I'm sorry if I am not pronouncing your name very well. I'm from Nigeria, Yoruba lady precisely, so I might not be able to pronounce some name very well. So I'm going to start with Manik Chondari. Please introduce yourself and tell us where you are joining from.
Yeah, hi Zainab. This is Manikanta Chaudhary Damachala from Hyderabad, from India.
We are pleased to have you here. Shivam Shundari.
Hi, this is Shivam Shundari. I'm from India.
Can you take that again? If you are talking, you are muted, Shivam.
Yes. Hi, I'm Shivam Chaudhary, and I'm from West Bengal, India.
Okay. Thank you. Shetan Mukariri. I'm so sorry if I'm not pronouncing this name very well. Please tell us where you are joining this call and what you intend to gain at the end of this program.
Hi guys.
Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon, good morning.
Yes, yes. So I'm Sean. It's actually Sean. Sean.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
I'm. Yeah. Sorry. I'm calling in from South Africa.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So I've been working as a data engineer for the past I'll say 3.5 years, and I'm just hoping now to enhance my skills in the data engineering sphere. And I'm hoping this program and of course this certificate will be able to boost that. Yeah.
Okay, yes. So, Sian, if there's one thing about CodeSphere Hub, it's the fact that we have a structured learning program and we always ensure that our students or our participants from wherever they join from have a very wonderful experience with us. So what we are going to do is we are going to help you in learning and trying to ensure that you get a free voucher to write your exam. So feel free to ask questions or seek help wherever needed. And then our facilitators and our team is ready to be of help. So good to have you here. Faith Warimu, please unmute yourself and tell us where you are joining from and your goal that you intend to achieve at the end of this program. Faith Warimu. Okay. So because of our time, I might not be able to be waiting for so long. Okay. Uvan Neswari Rajandren, can you please unmute yourself and tell us where you are calling from and your goal you intend to achieve at the end of this call?
Yeah, so hi everyone. So I'm Yuvani Suri here from Malaysia. Currently, I'm working as AI engineer. I joined this program just to gain knowledge in Fabric, as recently my interest shifted to analytics. So yeah, that's my aim for joining this program.
Okay, so we are so happy to have you here, and we promise to give you a very wonderful experience. I, Fabio Leon. Fabio Leon, please, if you can hear me, we would like to hear from you as well.
Oh, hi everyone. Yeah, my name is Fabio, and I'm here from Miami, Florida. I work in the banking industry, and my goal is to by the end of the course to be able to take the DP-600 certificate. I already made one attempt and I failed, so I'm preparing again to make sure that I can retake it. I think you muted yourself. I can't hear you.
So with our structure here at CodeSphere Hub, one thing I can promise is that if you do your part, this will be the last time you are going to be writing this exam. Like, this will be the last time. Like, this is the second time and it will be the last attempt, because you are going to actually make it at the end of this.
Yeah, I hope so. I truly hope so.
So, but then you have to also do your part. And in doing your part, you have to ensure that you try as much as possible to read your materials and also attend the classes. So,
Okay.
yeah, so we are happy to have you with us. The next person I'm going to be called. I'm so sorry, guys. Like, I'm a Nigerian and I might not be able to be calling some name very well. So it's not, I'm not doing it intentionally. Gulam Mujtaba. Please, would like to hear from you.
Yeah. My name is Ghulam Mustafa and I live in Pakistan, and I work on SEO and website, and my company name is the Data Technology. Hello.
Hello, I
I'm
can hear
audible.
you. Okay, thank you for that brief introduction. Yes, so what is your goal? Like, what do you intend to achieve at the end of this program? I don't think I was able to catch that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Can you please explain?
Like, I'm asking that, okay, you join this program, there must be like a goal or an intending goal you intend to achieve at the end of this program. So I'm just asking if you can share that with us on this call.
I will join on this class because I can improve ourselves. Like,
Okay, thank you for that.
uh,
So
in,
thank you very much, Gulam. I
uh,
think the founder of CodeSphere is currently on this call, and I think he's going to be sharing results, some insight into this program. After that, we're going to be calling on our facilitator, who is going to be walking us through the package that we have for this program. So at any point you are confused, you need help, or you need clarity, please feel free to drop a message in the chat box or simply raise your hand, please, guys, so that we can have everything in an orderly manner. You can feel free to raise your hand and you'll be called upon. So I wish you all the best as we embark on this journey, and by God's grace, every one of us will be able to achieve what we intend to at the end of this program. So that's it from my own end from now. So I'll be calling up on Mr. Oladosu Ibrahim, the founder of CodeSphere Hub. Gulam, you can actually mute yourself now. Thank you.
kindly let me know that if you can provide a certificate on this course.
What do you say?
I will say about you can provide a certificate.
So this program is Microsoft Fabric, and then we are going to be taking you through the learning process and also walking you through the step of getting a 100% free voucher to write the exam. Did you get that?
Yeah.
Okay. So that is it from my own end. So please just mute yourself. I'm going to be calling up on the facilitator, the founder of CodeSphere Hub, to address us. Thank you.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are joining us from. It's a great pleasure to welcome you to the first section, the Microsoft Fabric Analytic Associate Program being organized by the Community CodeSphere Hub. It's nice to have each and everyone here. Actually, we are more than this. I think more people are going to join us as we proceed. As the founder of CodeSphere Hub, I am particularly excited about this program because it represents exactly what we stand for as a community, by creating opportunities for people to learn relevant technologies, to gain practical knowledge, to gain practical knowledge, to pursue positional certificates, and also for each and everyone to be more confident and competitive in the technology industry. Over the past period, actually, we have built a community where learning goes beyond theory. We have created opportunities for individuals to develop in different skills, in different areas, such as the data analytics, technical computing, the DevOps, business intelligence, and other modern technology. And then I would say one of the great things that give us encouragement is seeing our progress, is seeing the progress of our members of the community. Several of our learners have successfully prepared for and they have passed globally recognized certificates, including the Microsoft Power BI Data Analyst Associate, the Microsoft Azure Fundamental. And I will say that this achievement really demonstrates that with the right guidance, consistency, commitment, and access to quality learning opportunity, people can actually achieve milestone regardless of where they're starting from. So in just short minutes, I'm going to show CodeSphere Hub LinkedIn page to also show some of our success stories pertaining to the AZ900, some of our success stories from AZ900. Hold on. So I'm coming. Let me show. Let me go to my. Okay. Sorry, it's loading. Sorry, let me reload this page again. Yeah, so we have a lot of success stories from our previous course that we have done, And likewise, as you can see here, okay, so very sorry for the delay. I'm waiting to show some of our success stories of the Microsoft Power BI Data Analyst Associate PL300 and the Microsoft Azure Fundamental, all with 100% Microsoft voucher. Yeah, so all with 100% Microsoft voucher. And likewise, from what you are seeing here, we will be having monthly data masterclass. We'll be having monthly data masterclass on Excel, on Power BI, on SQL, on Fabric, on Python. So different core and different topic in each of these parts. So different topic in each of these parts to ensure that each and everyone have the right skills needed to strive in this tech economy. Likewise, also, so we will be starting. We have started the monthly Azure and AWS cloud section. So so I want to show some of our students' success story. Okay, so we have one. We have Patrick. We have Murtala Abu. We have Yusuf El Idris. Yusuf El Idris is from Indian. Patrick is from Indian. The pass is in 900. We also have Murtala Abu. The pass is in 900, which is also fundamental. Likewise, we also have Yusuf El Idris. The pass is in 900 as well. Right. So these are the kind of success stories we always want to ensure we celebrate for each and every one, irrespective from anywhere you are coming from. Right. So we believe a facilitator is, and we believe is very capable to ensure that each and everyone is skilled in Microsoft Fabric. Likewise, that is one of the reasons why we are introducing the Microsoft Fabric Analytics Associate program. After which our students passing the Easy 900 and likewise the PM300, because the industry is evolving rapidly. Organizations are increasingly looking for professionals who can work across data engineering, analytics, business intelligence, data integration, and AI. And Microsoft Fabric really brings many of these capabilities together within a platform. So that's why it is an important technology for anyone looking to build a career in this modern data economy system. And likewise, throughout this program, our goal is not simply to introduce you to Microsoft Fabric. We want you to understand the concept, explore the platform, develop practical knowledge. You should ask questions, to collaborate with others, to build confidence to continue learning beyond this program. And I also want you to encourage every participant here to take ownership of your learning journey. Do not be afraid to ask facilitator question. He's very, very capable, and he's also a certified Fabric Analytics engineer. Because do not be discouraged whenever you encounter different difficult concepts. So ensure you continue learning over the next 6 weeks. And likewise, advancing the Microsoft culture, we also we partnered with the Fabric community, so you will be getting Microsoft voucher from the Fabric community, but going to the end of the program, right? Right. So we have a lot of our students. You can go on CodeSphere page to see some of our students who have passed the PL300. To see some of our students who have passed the Easy 900, and they were all given the Microsoft. They all got the 100% Microsoft voucher, paying nothing for the exam, right? So at CodeSphere, we believe that learning should lead to impact. We want the knowledge gained here to translate into certification, into program, career opportunities, and ultimately should have a meaningful contribution to the technology ecosystem. And likewise, I also like to appreciate our facilitator, our moderator, and everyone who has contributed to making this program possible. Your commitment to knowledge sharing and community development is deeply appreciated. So everyone who are participating today, thank you for choosing to be part of this journey. I encourage you to stay committed to the program. Ensure you attend each and every section. And likewise, each and every section, the section will last for 6 weeks, right? Every Saturday by this time, every Saturday by 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. And before the ending of the section, you all will have access to your Microsoft voucher to write your exam. So we want to, and likewise, from next week, we will be giving you guys the access to the Microsoft Fabric Analytics exam dump, so you can start preparing ahead after understanding some important concepts. Each classes is 5 p.m. on Saturday only. Why on Sunday? We will be introducing you to a YouTube video starting from next week. But we want to ensure that this week you guys learn effectively. And lastly, after today's section, I want you guys to go on YouTube and I want you guys to go on LinkedIn. Ensure you document your learning journey. Ensure you document your journey, appreciating CodeSphere, appreciating the moderator, the founder, and likewise the facilitator as well for this program. Because LinkedIn is a very, very powerful platform, and you don't know either any employers will be noticing you as you commence the program, as you pass your exam. Definitely, they can invite you to be a data analyst or fabric or analyst engineer for that company. So I would advise you every week, ensure you document your learning journey on LinkedIn. It's very, very important. Ensure you document joining on LinkedIn, and for every week, for every post, ensure you tag along your facilitator, you tag along CodeSphere, tag along the moderator for each week that we will be having. So thank you guys. It's really I'm really glad seeing each and everyone for this program. This is only the beginning. Welcome to the Microsoft Fabric Analytics Associate Program. Likewise, welcome to CodeSphere. Let us continue learning. Let's connect, grow, and succeed together. Thank you. And I wish everyone an impactful and rewarding learning experience. Thank you so much. And we welcome our facilitator, Mr. Awofe Olayemi. He is a certified Microsoft Analytics engineer. Likewise, he's a senior data analyst, he's a senior business intelligence analyst. I'm very sure you guys will really learn a lot within the 6 weeks. The program will be on learning. Likewise, you guys will get your technical blog as well. And don't forget, guys, we'll be having masterclass. We'll be having masterclass. Concurrently, we're having a Power BI masterclass next week. By God's grace, next week Sunday.
Sir, can you let me know
that
that what time will this class
our
end
social
and
media
how
should
many
post it on
hours
LinkedIn. So you guys ensure you join CodeSphere for some of our programs. Our programs are always impactful and you really learn a lot from it. Thank you guys, and you're welcome to this impactful program as well. Thank you so much.
Sir, can you let me know that what time will this class end and how many hours long in it?
You're on mute. You can't hear you, Ola.
Zainab, I have a question for you. Can I ask you here? Zainab?
We can't hear you.
Zainab, can you please unmute yourself?
Zainab, if you can hear us, we cannot hear you. You are muted.
We can't hear you, ma'am.
Is the chat working?
Zainab, your voice not audible.
Zainab, I know that you are in call, but we are unable to hear you. So can you please rejoin the call if you don't mind? Zainab, are you there? Zainab, if you are facing something, I mean, some issue with your mic, can you please make a message in our chat box?
She's asking us to confirm if we can hear her, but we can't, and she can hear us as well.
Please one
We
second.
we
I'll
can
try
hear
to
you.
connect her through WhatsApp. Just let me.
Um,
I mean, please give me some time. Let me connect
yeah,
through
so
WhatsApp.
good afternoon, guys. I think has been in order to spend our time, we have to bring on the so I think having a topic which which is important. So then I think join back. Yeah,
Uh,
so we don't want to waste much of our time. So let us ensure that we bring our participant in, uh, Mr. Awofe in, and he's a business intelligence developer, a data analytics engineer with a
Oladimeji.
strong passion for turning complex into building business. So likewise, he specializes in advanced analytics engineering and visualization. Guys inform the team. He has got of expertise a lot in Excel, Power BI, Python, SQL, Power BI, okay. For Fabric exactly today, and we are really glad to say from someone or a top tech person in really good afternoon. Thank you so much and accepting me with um today. So much,
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yes, sign up.
Yes, Zainab.
Okay. Okay, so I was saying earlier to like appreciate our facilitator, Mr. Awofe. Thank you for heeding our call and picking up and trying to join this impactful program. On behalf of the CodeSphere, I want to say a very big thank you to you, sir. And then we look forward to a very impactful learning from you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Good afternoon, everyone. Good morning, good evening, and good night, wherever you're listening from. When everybody was doing their introduction, I realized too that there are some people that are far from me. There are from people from US. I could hear when someone mentioned Florida, Egypt, South Africa. This is very, very nice, and this is very, very fantastic. And I believe we are going to be learning a lot. I don't want to on the trumpet yet, and then at the same time, thank you, Mr. Ibrahim, for the call, and yeah. So and thank you for bringing me on board. If I'm not doing it, another people will do it. That's for sure, right? So yeah. So about what we are going to be talking about today, which is Microsoft Fabric, introduction to Microsoft Fabrics, right? Um, so I'll share my screen soon, but I would like to just have a little bit of conversation, a little bit of I want to interact with us. I want to know where we are currently in terms of the tool in particular. what we are currently using at work. I could hear when someone said that he's a data engineer. Yeah, when Mr. Ibrahim was mentioning names and everything, things that I do, right? Just I'm just a data person. Anything that has to do with data, yeah, I believe I handle it, right? So yeah. So if to judge by my LinkedIn, I don't think you judge right by my LinkedIn. So I'm just a data person. Let's just put it in that perspective. So the person I mentioned, a data engineer, and some other people as well. I want to currently know where we are currently, what we are currently doing at work. Just 2 minutes. What we currently use at work, and then how um, we can how I can streamline my teaching style to fit into that for everybody, so we can be on the same page, and at the same time, so we are going to be using something we can relate to, right? So yeah, you can unmute. Yeah, we can just have conversation. I want this class to be very interactive, in as much as it's an introduction class before we get too technical. Adeyemi, please.
All right. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, bro.
I'm from Nigeria, and I'm a data analyst and business intelligence strategist.
Okay.
Though I'm job hunting, but temporary volunteering at Data Living. So
Okay.
it's a place for startup for people that want to learn about tech, and a place of also connection and a community.
Okay.
So I saw this one, I just saw it on LinkedIn. And though the one I was doing my training, we meant to learn fabric, but it just give us self-paced that we want to do it ourselves. So I saw it, the guy said, oh, I have to learn fabric. And I saw the opportunity, and that's why I'm here now.
Okay. That's a very good one. Any other person, please? You can unmute, Musa.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Good morning, good evening, everyone. My name is Musa Sanyo. I'm from Gambia. I'm a data analyst, currently pursuing data engineering. I do some part of Azure, Microsoft Azure, which is some part of Fabric. And yeah, so I was in this community looking forward to learn data engineering. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Another person, please. Two more people. Abdul, yeah. Is that correct? Abdul, yeah, please. Unmute.
Thank you. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
I'm Abdulaziz. So presently, I'm a data analyst, and I work majorly with Microsoft Excel and Power BI SQL. But based on the little information I've gathered about Fabric, I've been able to say that it's an end-to-end softwares that does the data science, the data structure before it gets to the visualization. But
You're muted, by the way. Okay, please, another person, but I prefer it to be a lady. Moses, you can talk, but I want to hear from a lady too as well. I believe we are just guy here. I'll just pop out.
Good evening.
Yeah. Moses, please.
Good
Moses.
evening. My name is Moses.
Okay, good evening.
Yeah, my name is Moses from Lagos, Nigeria. I'm a fresh graduate and also a data analyst. I am aspiring to become a business intelligence analyst. I'm currently preparing for my PL300 exam. Based on a little research I've done, I realized that Fabric is also one of those things that, as a business intelligence analyst, is a very good thing to have or to know. So that is why I'm here. This is practically my introduction to Microsoft Fabric.
Okay, awesome. Any other person, but I want it to be a lady. So we can do gender balance. Just unmute, please.
Yeah, good evening. Am I audible now, sir?
Sorry, another person can speak. I've heard you. Alejandra. Alexandra, my queries. If you are speaking, I cannot hear you. Okay, Douglas.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Douglas Watson from Accra, Ghana, and I already have a background in data and analytics. I separated data from analytics because I have background in data validation and data examination way before I entered the data analytics space. But I'm looking forward to adding machine learning and automation to my portfolio. And also, I want to venture into tech, and I've noticed that they are all within the Microsoft's ecosystem, and which Fabrics is part of. So that's basically why I'm here. Thank you.
You're welcome. I want to hear from a lady, please. Okay, so maybe we should just continue if we don't have any. But looking at my list of people that are here, I think I have more. I have some people here that are my.
Hi, sorry, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Alejandra. I'm from Venezuela. I've been working in data analytics for the last 15 years. I have some experience in using Python, Power BI, and have done just some small developing with Fabric, which is really new. So my main goal is to gain all the insights I can to pass the
Exam.
yes. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So that should be it. I'll share my screen right now so we can start the conversation. I promise today's class is not going to be very technical, in as much as it's not going to be technical, it's going to be technical. So I can, but I'm going to promise you that. Which of the screen am I sharing? What can we see? Okay, I think we can see introduction to Fabric, right? Confirm which of the screen.
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, awesome. Okay, so I would like to give I would like to give backstory into Fabric before I now dive into having to be divine and having to be explaining Fabric as a broad system on its own, right? So I could hear when someone said that it works with Azure. Some other people mentioned they work with Power BI, some Excel. So people have like like um like my careers, I believe you've written a lot of SQL. You can write SQL. You've worked with SQL before. For majority of all of us here that are into data or are doing one or two with data already. For the person that is a data engineer for the past 3 years, right? Yeah. So if we are to put all this together, right, we can say that there's no system actually that in that system, you'll be able to say you want to do your hand-to-hand analytics for the whole enterprise scale, meaning that in the same environment, that's where your data is living, that same application is where you are going to do your reporting and dashboarding. In the same environment, that's where the pipeline of the data engineer is, the pipeline of the ML, the notebook for the ML, the machine learning, the operation database and everything on the same environment. I don't think there's ever a system like that. So there are some systems that might say, oh, they are trying to do that, like Databricks. You know, we have history of Databricks from it being Spark, starting from them having to be doing distribution machine, bringing them together, helping people, engineers to be able to use multiple machines to process data. Then they handle the whole technical part of it. Then so they can focus on building their data data architecture and everything, right? Then Snowflake, tool like that, wonderful tools,
بتعمل
right?
شابت
But
على
what is
فكرة
it?
الإهمال اللي أنت مهملهوني ده
I'm on.
هيستمر كتير.
I'm on.
أنت مهملاني على الآخر.
I'm on. Um,
Okay, so I'll try to mute him from my own hand.
no, I've muted it. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah. So, from let's say tool like Snowflake, right? Which they are very, very interesting too, right? But we don't have all these things. We don't have all the things that we need, all the things that we use in the data ecosystem. We don't have it in a single and centralized tool, right? So that's when Fabric, that's Brim behind Fabric as a 2022 stroke 2023 for the announcement, where they announced Fabric, and from that announcement to now, Fabric have become a very, very huge, and any company right now that want to be at the top of their data and want to utilize their data, they're not putting into Fabric, right? I believe I've set up Fabric for at least not less than 4, 5 small companies and not less than 5 big companies. And when I say big companies, for people in Nigeria, at least there's no day that you don't use one of the products of the company that I set up Fabric for. If you hit anything in this, as far as you are in Nigeria, there's no day you don't use their product. Once the product is made for flour, let's say, or bags or anything, he owns the distance. So, and I lead their movement of their data from all around all around their different databases and centralized it into Fabric, right? So for the company that really want to utilize their data and want to make sense out of their data, that they are putting into Microsoft Fabric, right? And what Microsoft Fabric is offering is, because it's not new. All the things that we are seeing in Fabric right now, or let's say when Fabric was launched, all the things that was launched with Fabric, that comes with Fabric, they are not new things. There is not as if Microsoft have to build them from scratch. No, it's things that we already have that scattered all around our platform. Like for the warehouse experience in Fabric is actually equivalent to Azure Synapse, right? For the pipeline experience is equivalent to Data Factory in Azure. For the Lakehouse is equivalent to S3 Bucket and some other things like that. Then from real-time is equivalent to real-time in Azure, right? Then for other things as well. Even adding Power Query that we use in Power BI, for those that are data analysts here and Power BI developer here, the Power Query that we use comes with Fabric as well, as something that data engineer can now use to do their orchestration, so to do their transformation part of their data movement, right, and their data injection, right? So everything comes with Fabric, but they are not new. Although now there are some new things that are now into Fabric, but I just want us to understand. That is not something that, oh, this is a thing whereby I can't learn it. No, it's a thing that in one way or the other you've used something inside that Fabric that you don't know, right? If you use Power BI, if you've ever opened Power BI before, then you use Fabric, because now Power BI is part of Fabric. Power BI is one of the two inside Fabric, right? Power BI is not a standalone tool anymore; it's a part of Fabric, right? If you've used, let's say, Power Query, now Power Query is now data flow gen 2 inside Fabric, right? So it's not something that is different, right? It's the same thing. So you've used it. So I just want you to have it at the back of your mind that no, it's not something that you cannot learn. It's something that you can learn in as much you can put in the learning and you can put in the hours into the learning, right? I'm going to be providing a lot of materials. I don't want our learning to all circle around the classes that we are going to be having from this program as well. I'm going to be adding some materials for us in each class, be it books, be it Microsoft Learn itself, documentation, then even YouTube videos, if that will help for us. If you want that, let me know. If you don't want that, it's okay, it's fine, right? But I believe that by doing all this, you expand your knowledge about this particular tool, right? And in as much I can say I am a good teacher, I teach very well as well. What I will rate myself on, or what people will rate me on, is the intelligence of my own student, right? If my students, that people that I'm teaching, if they are not paying attention, there's no way, even if the teacher is the best teacher in the world, there's no way that those students are going to gain anything valuable because they are not, in the first place, they are not paying attention to the instructor. So I'm begging us, please, let's put our mind into this, and we need to do extra curriculum. I mean, extra things to be able to achieve what we actually want to achieve. Learning is different, or be able to work with the tool is the main reason. What is the main reason why whenever I want to jump on any program, is the main reason I jump on that program, because I want to be very sure that people that I'm teaching, at the end of the day, they are not just there because they want to get certificate. They are there because they want to use that tool to solve a problem they can build with that tool at the same time. So, and at the same time, if you have any question, you have any question, even not within the class, right, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. This is my name, Olayemi Awofe, and I will be very glad to answer you, right? So, introduction to Microsoft Fabric, right? I've talked about the modern data platform concept that we already have, from the idea of, let's say, like, just let me use Microsoft ecosystem as an example, right? I mentioned Azure, right? Before, what we used, how we used to do orchestration before, for my place of work, right? How we used to do orchestration before was that we use Azure Synapse. If we need to store unstructured data, we use SP3 buckets, data factories. We just platform, different platform, different costs, right, for each platform. Sometimes I'll have to use Airflow to do our orchestration and all those things, right? So we are just paying different platform for things that we can do, right? And with the introduction of Fabric, right, it just center everything into a place and it make life more easier for us, right? So the concept behind this thing in particular is that you'll be able to do your data injection easily, then you'll be able to store your data easily, and then you'll be able to do your transformation on that data easily. Now they've added operation data, meaning that any application can now can be storing their data into Microsoft SQL server database in Fabric now, right? So you can still have your operational data inside Fabric. You don't have to pay for extra server as well. Then a semantic model for those that are into for the data analyst part workload. Then we have reporting. That's where Power BI comes into Fabric. Then we have the governance. This is very, very important, right? We have the governance whereby at the same Microsoft Fabric is embedded. There's Microsoft Preview is not embedded into Microsoft Fabric, where you can do your governance, row level security, your security on the database, access grant, and all those things, lineage, quality, compliance, and everything is not embedded into this. Then on this same platform, data science can do their own machine learning. Uh, Machine learning model and all those things, all those fancy and beautiful stuff, right? So that's about this particular model, right? But let's talk about I think okay. Okay, yes. So let's talk about what Microsoft Fabric is in particular, right? So Microsoft Fabric is an end-to-end analytic platform. Let me just put it that way. That's the most simplest way to explain it. An end-to-end data analytics platform, right? Although last announcement or last conference, right? Was it? No, sorry, San Francisco. Is it California? Chicago. Yes, last Fabric conference. It is now an end-to-end data and analytics platform. The reason why they mention data and analytic platform is because now you can actually use Fabric for your operation data as well, meaning that your application can be used, the backend cannot be in Fabric. Data backend cannot be in Fabric. So that's why there is now Fabric, Microsoft Fabric is an end-to-end data and analytics platform, and it supports data injection, transformation, real-time data stream processing, analytics, and reporting. Then Fabric brings data factory, data engineering experience, data warehouse experience, real-time intelligence, Power BI, data science experience, databases into one particular platform, right? Into one particular platform. And all those data, right, they are sitting on something that we call uh, one lake, which I'm going to dive into it in a jiffy. But before we do that, right, I would need to explain the core Microsoft Fabric workload to us, so have we can have a broad view and understand what this particular tool is all about, right? So we have what we call lakehouse. Is there anybody on this call that understand what lakehouse is without looking at the screen? Is there anybody here? Just unmute yourself and explain what you understand by lakehouse, and in the context of data, not not a house beside a lake, but in the context of data. Jamaldin, do you want to say something?
Okay, it's just like a data warehouse, but the data there is not clean at all. It just as data is coming, you are just saving it there without any transformation, like nothing is done to the data. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. I'm not satisfied. Anybody that wants to try? But thank you. Thank you. Any other person?
Like lake house is the place where we dump all the data.
Someone is speaking. Please,
Yeah,
I want
saying
this
like
to be very
yeah,
interactive.
I
Okay,
was
you go ahead.
saying like yeah. So lake house is the like the tool where we dump all the data like from the SQL and every other ingestion platform.
Okay. If you are still speaking, I cannot hear you.
Hello?
Okay, hello, Ahmad. You want to
Yeah.
understand? I want to explain what you understand by lakehouse.
Okay. Lake house is like a container we usually store data in, but the difference between lake house and warehouse is the type of the data. Lake house can contains all type of data which is unstructured or semi-structured, but warehouse usually contains only tables or structured data. That's what I'm understanding lake and warehouses.
Okay, okay, that's wonderful. So lakehouse is um, a data storage type which can contain unstructured in the context of, let's say, pictures, file bills data, CS field, your semi-structured data, like your unstructured data like videos and other things, right? So we are going to look into lakehouse and see how it's and see the differentiation between the warehouse and the lakehouse. But you have it in the mind back of the mind that lakehouse is more of a storage that can take anything, that can take any data that you throw into it. Now let's think about lake in the real life. Now let's think about lake, right? Lake can take anything, right? Just be putting things into lake. It will not structure it. It will not put it into okay, you needs to be here and you needs to be here, right? So then that's what lake house is all about. Any question?
Yeah, I do have a quick question. So what's the difference
Okay.
between the lake house and the one lake?
Okay. Well, I'm going to get it. Thank you. Any other question? No question. Okay, good. So we move on to warehouse, right? Anybody that understands what warehouse is? Gulam, are you with us in this class or Adeni, please speak.
All right. Hello.
I can hear you.
I mean, the warehouse, that one, it can only take structured data.
Structured data.
Yeah, and basically it's for BI reporting. That's it.
We can't really say it's for BI reporting. Yes, it only takes structured data, but we can't really say it's for BI reporting. Okay, you can say it's for analysis purpose. Yeah, you can use it as your analytical data workload, meaning that you can write a script, you can write your SQL script with it, right, to get whatever you want to get from the data, right? But we can't just say it's for BI purposes, really. But it takes structured data, and the only language we can use to communicate with it is SQL, right? SQL script with it, right? Which we are going to see in demo, right? Then we have anybody that understands what data factory is. Like we already know factories, right? Macarius, do you want to help with that? Macarius. I don't think she's on this call. Sorry if I don't call your name, is because when I asked people to talk the other time, those are the people that talk, so those are the people I know their name. Please, you can unmute if you want to know what data factory is. You have idea of what data factory should be. Okay, I think I should take that silence for no, right? Okay, this so data factory is, let's say factory. Factory is factory. Let me just put it that way. So let's say data factory, right, is where your data, you can use that to, or let's say that experience to take your data from one form to another form, right? See it like normal factory. Let's say rubber factory, from raw rubber, or let's say sugar factory. Let's say sugar refinery, right? Let's say sugar refinery, right? From it being a sugarcane to it having to go through the refinement and go through all the process to become sugar. Then you won't say, oh, you brown sugar, white sugar, cube sugar, and all those things, right? So you separate them. So that's what data factory is for in the context of fabric, right? So you use data factory to do your injection. And injection means that you use it to bring your data from a particular point to a particular point to fabric. You are using it. You can use that to get to connect to a lot of data sources, including API. I think about 360 something data source that you can use your data that you can connect. Then if that's If your particular data source is not, we don't have native connector to it, then we connect to the API, right? And that makes you can connect to whatever you want to fetch your data from. Then we have movement of data. So we can use it to move data from one point to another. So let's say you want to move our data from lakehouse to warehouse, you can use this as part of things that you can use to do your movement, right? Then we have a pipeline. So pipeline orchestration. Pipeline orchestration means that, let's say the pipe, the way they run the pipe in your house, right? I think we should be using a sample that we can all relate to. The way your the pipe in your house is run, right? From the, I don't know, but talking from the Nigerian perspective and from other places that I've been to, right? So connect to the main storage that the like a I mean water tank, then the data the water is coming from that water tank and run through the whole house. The one that's going to the living room, the one that's sorry, the one that is going to the kitchen, the one that is going to the toilet, the one that's going to the compound, yeah, and so on. The one that's going for the to the garage, the one that's going to like I mean the pipeline, the way the pipeline runs, right? So we use that as well in data, right? And if some people might call it pipeline orchestration, some people just call it orchestration. We use a lot of naming stuff when it comes to that, but just believe that it's just pipeline. You are doing pipeline, you are moving your data, and it's going to some things, some process and experience for you to get to the last refine or last where you want it to be, right? Then that's that. Then we have data engineering experience in Fabric. We have data engineering experience in Fabric. So what did I mean by data engineering experience, right? So because of our time, let me quickly do that explanation. So what I mean by data engineering experience is that now we now have Spark Notebook, right? We have Spark Notebook, and this Spark Notebook, right? It gives us the ability to be able to do and undo, because now we can work with Spark. We can ask our SQL Spark, we can write PySpark, we can write R Spark, we can write Java Spark, we can write SQL Spark, PySpark, Java, Scala. Yes, we can write Scala Spark, and yeah, and our typical Python, right, inside the notebook. And the new updates now, we can even write SQL inside the notebook, right? So now we have seven or eight languages that we can write inside the notebook now. And I believe whatever you want to write, that you want to do, whatever transformation you want to do, and Python cannot do it. I don't know what to do that Python will not be able to do. And with the help of PySpark that can undo a very large amount of data, I believe you are unstoppable with this notebook, right? So the notebook is more of like your Python notebook, but now this one is embedded with a lot of, you can select the language that you want to write per cell, or per the old notebook, right? So it gives you for those that are called data engineering, I want to be doing big heavy lifting of data engineering, so you can use that. Then we have real-time intelligence. So I believe I have this I have this reservation for Microsoft, right? When it's come to naming of things, right? They are not that I don't think they are that excellent, but they should have named this real-time intelligence another thing to portray what is actually meant for, right? So this real-time intelligence we have a French stream in it, and we have event house, and we have KQL. What did I mean by KQL? KQL means crystal query language. We use crystal query language to interact with real-time data. That aside, we use it to communicate, or to, let's say, we use it to communicate with a very large and a very fast amount of data, meaning that this KQL run faster than SQL, right? And yeah, so then event stream means that what we use, let's say IoT event hub in Azure, for those that have used Azure before, right? So this event stream means that is what we use to connect to a particular, let's say we want to get weather information as it is happening, we want it in Fabric. Or let's say, okay, for example, I have worked with I currently work, or let's say I am currently working, or I have worked with a manufacturing companies that operate with a lot of plants, right? They have a lot of plants and a lot of big machines that are running 24/7, but their data, they don't know how much they are running, how much raw material they are consuming, and how many times what's their output per hour and all those things, right? So they want it in real time. They want to be getting that data in real time, right? So we can use this event stream to connect to those machine brain and be fetching the data as it is happening. And the machine is running per second. We are getting that data into event house. So event house is the one that now house like is more of like a data storage as well, like database. But this one can house real-time event data. Then we have Power BI that I believe a lot of people are uh, very used to this. So we have semantic model that's your data set for your Power BI report, and then we have report dashboard and so on. So let me move on because I think I've used so much time on this. So we are going to move into having to the experience now, and we are going to do the workings, right? Enough of my tech stocks. So we are going to be talking at the demo, and we are going to start from there. Any question before we do that? Any question?
No, you can explain very well. No, you can explain very well.
So
That's all.
one thing I want us to know is that so to work with Fabric, right? To be able to use Fabric, right? You need to have an organization account, right? You can't use your Microsoft personal account. You need to use an organization account, or if you're a student, you can use your student account. If you are you work for a company and your company allow you to explore with Fabric, you can use that account. So, and when you're using that account, you apply, you just use the trial, use Microsoft Fabric trial when you go to Fabric. So to get to Fabric, so you open your browser and you type apps.powerbi.com. You can see that it's still the same link that we are all used to. So you can see that it's still the same link that we are all used to for those that have worked with Power BI before, right? App.powerbi.com. Let me put it inside the chat box here. App.powerbi. Yeah.com. Right? So when you open that link, I believe if you have things that you already have, let me close a lot of things that I have here so we can have the same experience as mine. Yes, can have the same experience as mine. So also, so when you go to app.powerbi.com, right? I believe if if this is the first time that you are going there, you will see a pop-up that is saying that you want to try Fabric trial. If you are using an organization account or school student account and all those things that are related to Fabric, then just click on that trial. So they will give you 60 days. But after that 60 days, if you are using that Fabric account, if you are creating things inside that Fabric, they will be repeating it for you. Zainab, you have something to say?
Yeah, so this is just for our participants because from my own hand, like I can't see the screen very well. So I don't know if that applies to everyone. And I will appreciate if you can kind of zoom your screen a bit.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, thank you.
What about now?
Yeah, I think it's better now. Thank you.
I don't mind. I'm using the very last screen. Okay. So when you open your app.powerbi.com, right? This is more of like the interface that you're
Yeah,
going
still now
to.
it's not visible.
What do you say? Okay, so this is what you're like the interface that you're going to get, and make sure that you use that trial account, right? Good. So for you to have Fabric experience, if you notice very well, we are in by your right hand side here, your left hand side here. You see in this place that I'm running my cursor around. I think I need to use drawing this thing. Where is it? Right? In that place that where I'm dragging my cursor around here, you see that we have Power BI, that's Power BI experience. So to switch to Fabric experience, so I'm going to click on it here and I'm going to see Fabric experience. So I'm going to click on Fabric now. The whole interface is going to change for me. So now I'm inside Fabric experience. And inside Fabric experience, right? And one thing first that we are going to do, which I'm going to start to explain to us, is that we have what we call workspace. Oh, that reminds me. Someone asked me a question the other time. That what is different between lake house and one lake? Thank you. Please listen. So let me explain that before we move. We go further into the demo, right? So one lake is, think about one lake. I'll see the one lake as your OneDrive, right? See one lake as your OneDrive, right? One lake is the business, the enterprise OneDrive, whereby all the data you are ingesting, all the database, all the everything that you are doing in Fabric, they are inside that one lake, right? All those data, they are sitting inside one lake. So one lake serves as your OneDrive where your everything is storing on the cloud, right? So the data inside your warehouse, the data inside your lake house, data inside your SQL, everything is actually stored inside that one lake, right? And they are stored as a data format, Delta format, which I'm going to is not is out of today's scope, but they are stored as Delta format, data format, and package format, which we are going to talk about that later. But that's about one lake. So lake house is just for unstructured and structured data. But one lake house everything. Even let's say Fabric is built on top of one lake. Does that make sense? For the person that asked the question. Hello?
Yes, it makes sense. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay. Okay, good. So now we have what we call workspace, right? For those that have worked with, for those that have built Power BI reports before and they have the access to publish it, right? So you notice that when you want to publish, you publish to a particular workspace, right? So, but if you've not done that before, now let me explain what workspace is. So workspace is like the environment, right, where you are going to be doing all your workspace as your kitchen, right? Workspace as your kitchen. That's where you are going to be doing your things. That's where you can create your whatever you want to create. Let's say your SQL database, your lakehouse, your warehouse, your notebook, your ML experience, whatever. Jamal Dean, please, can you off your video? Yeah. So that's things that you can do with in workspace. So without you creating workspace, right, or without you having workspace that you can walk inside, there's no how you can create all that. There's no how you can do anything with Fabric, right? You have to have a workspace, see it as your environment, right? For those that write Python, you have to write Vim, right? Your environment, where your Python, your everything is going to be. So you just see it like that, right? So you have to have your environment. So that's what workspace is all about. So to create workspace, if you follow me, you go to Fabric Experience. What you see first is all these things. Say welcome to Fabric. Create a workspace with a pre-designed task flow. and so on and so forth, right? So, but what I want to do first is that I'll click on this plus sign, which is the new workspace, and we are going to give it the name. Workspace is coming up. I'm coming, please. Just hold on for me, please. I need to.
Yeah, I would say that
Okay.
it's great.
So, Blam, you have a question? I can't hear you, by the way.
That your teaching method is that not. That's why
I can't hear you if you are talking to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you now. What do you say?
I can say that your teaching method is very well, and I can understand your
I'm not the only person that can hear him, or can we hear you? So sorry, we cannot hear you. I didn't hear you, please. I didn't hear you. You want to speak? Your hands is raised. I didn't hear you raise your hands. Okay.
All right. Yes. Yes. Sorry. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to be on the page where you are, because when I open it now, it's asking for enter your work or school email. We'll check if you.
Yeah, I mentioned you have to enter. You cannot use your personal email with Fabric. You have to use an organization account. I mentioned. I think I've been emphasizing on that since.
What if I don't have one? Because no.
You have to get a one. That's the criteria. You have to get the one. So you can go to YouTube and search for how to get a free Azure account.
Free what?
How to set up a free Azure account. Azure. A-Z-U-R-E. A-Z-U-R-E. Azure. Microsoft Azure. Cloud.
All right. A-Z-U-R-E.
Yeah, so if you do that, you should be able to set up a sandbox. Just look for have idea of how to do it there. I think you should be able to get idea, but that will not. I don't think you'll be able to use it more than a month, right? Yeah. So you see that you have an organization account, or if you're a student, you use a student account, right? So yeah. So we are going to create the workspace now. You know, I click on workspace, new workspace. So I want to create the workspace for our training. So, and this workspace is what we are going to use throughout this training for every single training. This is workspace that we are going to use, and I'm going to call this workspace CodeSphere. Right, I'm going to call it CodeSphere, and I'm going to assign a domain. I don't need to assign a domain to it. Let's just leave it. So I'm the owner, right? Then I'm going to assign Microsoft Fabric trial to it, right? And I'm going to click on apply. And immediately I do that, you see that now I have my workspace, and it's a blank workspace that I've not done anything to inside. We can see my screen, right? Hello?
Yes, we can see your screen. I can see a new workspace without any item on it.
Okay, awesome. So now we will now want to start creating things. So that's where we are currently. So because of our class, this is more of like an introduction. So I'm just going to be introducing us to things. We are not going to create anything like that today, right? Just hold on for me. So I'm going to just be showing us how to create many of these things, right? Good. So if you now want to say you want to create a lakehouse, right? You go to new item inside our workspace, and when you click on new items, right? New items. Isioma, Kevin.
Yes, thank you. Is this how you create fabric trial too?
When you want to create a fabric trial, it's because my account is actually for my company, right? So, but if you want to create a fabric trial, when you first log into Fabric, you don't have a Fabric experience. So when you go to that Power BI, you switch from Power BI to Fabric here, you see a pop-up that is saying that do you want to try Fabric or you want to pay for Fabric? So you click on Try Fabric.
Yes, yes.
And then
I used to see it. I used to see it on my workspace, on my account. I have a company account, but
okay.
I don't go there.
Okay.
I always dump to a semantic model and work on I have my Power BI workspaces there. So, but I want to see if I can activate F4. I've been
So
asked to activate F4 as a trial. So
no, don't activate
I'm interested.
F4. F4 you have to pay. So just click on trial. So when you click on
Okay.
trial, this says you are in the phase, and you can't even pay individually. You have to pay the enterprise needs to pay for it. So everybody will not have access to it. It's not like Power BI that's some Power BI is sufficient that we have per user and all those things. This one is enterprise scale this thing whereby the company needs to buy a particular unit, right? So they can use that, right? Gulam, you have something to say?
What time in this lesson?
Okay.
I'm
What do
audible.
you? Yeah, I can hear you.
What time in this lesson?
What do you? I think you might want to put whatever
No.
you want to say into text and send it to the chat, because I think you are kind of like far to your computer or to your speaker, so I can't really pick what you're saying. So yeah, so you can mute yourself. So by doing that, and put it inside text. So thank you. Okay, so moving on, right? So when you for Kevin, so when you click on the try and you start your trial, and as much as you are using your trial, right, they'll keep renewing it for you. You don't have to wait. You don't have to say, oh, maybe in the next days they will charge me. No, they'll keep renewing it for you as much as you are still using that trial, and you can use the trial to do some things, not everything, but you can use the trial to do a lot of things. Uh, uh, it will cover all your learning journey, right? So let's say we want to create a notebook now, or we want to create anything inside our workspace. So we click on new item. New item. It's coming up. So when you click on new item, you see another pop-up here that's showing us things that we've created. And if you notice, these are the things that are created of recent, warehouse layout, DBT, and all those things, right? But inside this place now, I can say, well, what I want to create is my lakehouse. But before I do that, I will need to run us through all the categories that we have here, right? If you notice very well, we have get data category. These are the things that we can use to ingest data into Fabric, like copy job activities, like our data flow gen 2. This data flow gen 2, for those that are very familiar with Fabric, with Power BI, or let's say for those that are kind of like advanced in Excel, they will have used this thing before without them knowing that it is the name it is on Fabric. So that's Power Query. So this data flow gen 2 is what we call Power Query in Excel and in Power BI. So then we have event stream that we use to collect data to connect into real-time data source, right? Then we have our notebooks. So these are our notebook. This is where you can write your Python script, your SQL script, your Spark, a lot of things, right? Then we have the pipeline which we can use for our orchestration. Then we have Spark definition job, right? Let's say like our cron job, right? Then we have mirror data. These are things that we can use to mirror our data from wherever our data is before. Let's say, let me quickly drop it down. So we can mirror data that is inside Azure Cosmos DB, right? We can mirror data that is inside Azure database, MySQL preview. We can mirror the one that is inside Azure database for Postgres. Then we can mirror the data that is inside Databricks catalog. We can mirror Azure database itself. You can mirror Azure managed data instance, and so on. Mirror any database, mirror BigQuery database. Let's say your data is in BigQuery. You want to mirror into Fabric, you can do that with just mirror. All these things we are going to be diving into them one by one, but not in today's class. But these are the things that we are going to be diving into, and we know how to do that. Then you can mirror data inside Oracle, mirror data that is inside SAP, mirror a SharePoint list data, mirror Snowflake data, mirror SQL Server data, right? Then we have storage. So this is where we store our data. You can see Cosmos DB database. So Cosmos DB database is no SQL database. So if you've ever heard of two SQL database like MongoDB and so on, right? Then we have DataMart has been in preview for a very long time, but I think we should just skip that. Then we have events schema set preview. This one too is still in preview. Then we have event house. Event house is where you store real-time data into. Then we have lakehouse that we'll be talking to since. We have our sample lakehouse. Don't worry about this. This is for learning. This is for learning. Then we have sample warehouse. This is for learning as well. Then we have a semantic model. We have our Snowflake database. Then we have our SQL database. We have our warehouse database. You can see that almost everything that is all scattered all around platform, right? We have them inside this fabric that we can use, right? Then we have prepared data, which we have Apache Airflow, right? Where you can see your Apache Airflow that you have to pay for the Apache side. You can orchestrate them here. We have our Azure Data Factories, Data Flow Gen 2, DBT job. We have event house sets. We have event stream, notebook, pipeline, and so on and so forth. For our analysis workload, we have data agent. Data agent is if you want to build AI that you can now deploy into your Copilot Studio that you can connect to and build, like use data inside Fabric to serve as the backend for your AI agent. All right, so that's what data agent is all about. Then we have environment where you do your Spark compute and settings and all those things. We have experiment. Experiment is for data science people. We have graph model. This one we use it as well sometimes as a backend for this AI agent. We have model, machine learning model. This is for data science people as well. We have notebook, ontology. Ontology is don't worry, we are going to talk about ontology and GraphQL later on. We have operations agents. Operation agents is AI that mirror your real-time data and recommend business action. So let's say you have your data, right? And what you normally do before is you build Power BI report to that data. So management view that Power BI report. But now you want to build operation agents whereby they can do some operation based on the data, right? They can sense that, oh, our inventory is low and our inventory level is low and we're on the peak time, so they can quickly send mail to the person that needs to get this mail based on some criteria. So this is what the operation agent is for. Then we have Spark jobs. We have a lot of things, right? We have a lot of things. Visualization, that's where you see Power BI and some other beautiful stuff. So for today, let's start with Lakehouse. So I'm going to create a Lakehouse now. So I'm going to call Lakehouse. And this is lakehouse that, or let's create a sample lakehouse. No, let's create normal lakehouse. So I'm going to create lakehouse, and I'm going to call it code CodeSphere. Am I correct? I don't think so. Okay. Sphere lakehouse. So, and that's be the name of the lakehouse. And immediately you will see that lakehouse, you have our lakehouse experience, and inside our lakehouse experience, we are going to see some things that we can utilize. So inside our lakehouse experience, you can see, let me go back to this guy and go back to the main workspace. So yeah, so this is the main workspace for the CodeSphere. And you can see that here we have lakehouse under the type, and we have SQL analytic endpoint, right? SQL analytic endpoint and the lakehouse. So this is what make it make sense. So lakehouse, we create a lakehouse, normal lakehouse whereby the structured data can be and unstructured data can be. So then it will now create, when you create lakehouse, it will now create an additional SQL endpoint, which means the table, the structured part of your data, you can interact with them using SQL inside SQL endpoint. Don't worry, what I'm saying now might sound like I'm doing further math, but it will make sense to us. When would you see the examples right now? So, Kevin, you want to say something?
Yes, I wanted to ask. So the way you created Lakehouse and it came up with a SQL analytic endpoint, is it the same way you publish on Power BI to publish on Service, and it will come with a semantic model?
No, it's not that semantic model just come like that. I don't want to debate from this class, but that semantic model does not just come like that. It's your data set of your Excel, of your Power BI.
Exactly. That's what you refresh.
Yes. So
is it the same here?
It's logically, like by looking at it, yes, it looks the same, but they are doing a entirely different thing.
Okay.
So this now, if you want to connect to this lakehouse now, and you want to interact with this lakehouse inside using SQL now, so you come and use your SQL analytic endpoint, right?
Okay.
To do that. So, but let's quickly go to the lakehouse. I'm going to click on the lakehouse, main lakehouse itself. Then I collapse it here. And we can see that we have table section and we have file section, right? So we have table section and we have file section, right? And you see that we don't have any data in it yet, right? We don't have any data in it yet. So that's why we are still having, we still have this interface showing for us, right? So we can upload files. We can upload, say we want to start with sample data. We can do shortcuts. We can do data flow gen 2, which is Power Query. We can start doing some beautiful, nice stuff here. But moving on, what I want to do is that for the sake of this class, I'm going to upload, let's say I'm going to upload a CSV file into the file section. But inside my file section, I want to create another sub file. I'm going to come here and give it sub file. I'm going to call it new sub file. And new sub file, I'm going to call it data. And inside that sub file, I can now upload, let's say we have a CSV file that we want to upload into this. So I can now say, okay, I want to load a CSV file into this. So I'll say get data. I'm going to say upload a data, and this thing will come for me, right? This interface. And if I click on this to browse my my file manager on my laptop, which I don't want us to. So I'm going to locate a particular file that I can bring in. So let's say I want to bring this file into, let's say date percentage. I have a file there. No, I think I should bring in an CSV file. So let's find the CSV file. CSV file. So I'm going to bring a CSV file and I can say override, and I'm going to run that CSV file, and we should be able to see that CSV file here. And if I click on that CSV file, you see that it's already loaded that CSV file for me. I can see file view. I can say I want to see it in the table view, and that will happen for me. So, and what I want to do next is that I want to now say load data into new data, and I'm going to be using the typical schema, default schema, and I'm going to say the file I want to use is packet file, and I'm going to load that data into my listing, including folder. Okay, let me quickly open this. Okay. So I will load it into table. Let's call it segment, and what is the vision? Okay, is it not? Okay. Load it to it. Separator should be space. Separator is space. Okay, I think the separator should be bracket like. Anyways, let's quickly do something. Another thing to tell you, we can come here and say we want to come into this, and we're going to create a new table. They want to create a new table. I'll look into that. So what's discussing that? And let's quickly come here. Scroll in front of us. Okay, so if we come to this, right, you see that that table I just bring in now, we have it inside our lake house, right? Now I can see these tables right now, and I can start saying, oh, I want to work with these particular tables. We take this off. We still talk about this later. The one that I bring in that is chain error, right? I'll look into it and we say what is causing the error. But when you bring in this data in particular, so this is the data that we have now in my lakehouse. So to interact with this data inside our lakehouse, right? Let's say maybe it's new Spark query that you want to write. So you have to write it with notebook. So the difference between this one now is that if I want to interact with this data like this, I want to fetch this data like this, or I want to perform analysis on this data, right? To be able to do that, right, I'll have to either I use notebook or I switch my experience into SQL endpoint, which is going to take me to the second layer of that thing, that SQL that it created join when it's creating the first lakehouse, right? So, and if I come to this place now, you see that we have the schema there. We have that particular tables, that country sales table. You can see that table here, and that's the table. And if I want to interact with this table, all I need to do is to write my new query. And immediately I write my new query, I can start writing my SQL, right? For those that are very familiar with SQL, right? And all I need to do is just call down my country, the table name, and I'll see that now I'm already writing SQL to fetch that data out from me. And you can actually connect this data from this lakehouse into your Excel. Maybe for those that want to, for business people that need their data as Excel, right? But it's fetching their data from the warehouse, right? So you can do that. Then let's quickly say we want to perform an analysis on this, right? On this workspace. So we can say, okay, count, or let's say country, right? Country. And then we put comma. Then we are counting. Everything. And then we are grouping it by a country. Let's say counts. But each country, what am I even saying? Sorry. Yes. Let's say by revenue. Okay, let's sum revenue. So sum of revenue. Revenue. Right. And we can call it revenue. So then we need to group it. For those that are good with SQL already, so they should understand what I'm trying to do. Group by, and we are going grouping by country. Right. And if I run this, you see that now I started performing analysis against that my data that we have in the database, right? In our lakehouse that we just created now, right? So that's how to work with it, right? I just do like form of like introduction to this. We're going to dive deep into it in the next class. So if you have any question, just let me know. And if you have any comments, let me know as well. Unmute. You can unmute.
All right. I have a question.
Unmute. Speak.
Okay. This you have done now is similar to what I would usually do. I call it dbvar on the on the on this interface. I can bring in SQL, that's the dbvar,
Yes.
and write an SQL that will fetch me a report like this instead of connecting to the database directly. So is it similar to dbvar?
You can't say it's similar to dbvar in per se, right? You can't really say that it's similar to dbvar. dbvar is giving you is more of like an intermediary where you can use to connect a database that is not, let's say, a database, right, or a server that is not native that you can just connect to direct. If in the context of Power BI, so and you can write your SQL there, right?
Yes.
Is not in the sense of this is a software as a service, whereby in this place you can, for example, let's say the main server is actually my SQL server that you are connecting your dbvar to, right? Instead of you having to connect your dbvar, you can mirror your SQL server into this lakehouse and you connect your Power BI to this lakehouse.
Which means I don't need to log in as if I don't need to have the IP address of my database again.
Yes, once you mirror your data into it, or you just migrate your data from that MySQL into SQL into Fabric.
Which means the difference here is that the dbvar I use is on-premise, while this one is cloud.
Yes, so for the on-prem, right, there's a way you can migrate data, on-prem data. We are not there yet in this, putting this class into context. We are not there yet to show you how to migrate data from on-prem to Microsoft SQL, Fabric SQL, or if you want to migrate it into warehouse or SQL, we are not there yet. But you can do that. You can migrate your data, or you mirror your data from on-prem to Fabric. So as data is landing your on-prem, it's landing into Fabric as well. You're mirroring it. So instead of you having to be connected to your on-prem data and your analysis, your analytics, right, is fetching data at the same rate whereby the application that is built on top of that data as well is fetching that data, and it's because it's causing data latency, and the data is not the application that are meant to be very fast, right? Your analytics is dragging data with it as well. So it's causing data the application to be kind of like very slow. So you just mirror it or you migrate it, and that data the analytics workload will be different from the operation workload. Do you get? So I think that's the best way to about it. Yes.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. It's interesting because I'm a Power BI, I'm a BI developer, so I have experience. I'm following. Thank you.
Yeah. So Edwin, you have something to say. Edwin, you have something to say? So if I've answered your question, please you can drop your hand, so I'll know those that so Abdulgani.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Oh, sorry,
thank you,
Abdulgani,
sir.
hold on. Edwin wants to speak.
Okay.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, thank you, sir. All right. I got one question here. I want to understand how best can I use Fabrics in an environment that is all working with MySQL environment, database environment.
So if you notice, let me quickly show you something. So if you notice, when I come to new item, right? When I come to new item,
I need to mirror it.
can you hear me? If you notice, when I come to new item and I'm going to type my SQL, you notice that you can mirror.
Mirror it. Yeah.
Yeah, you notice that you can mirror the database of SQL, my SQL database. You can mirror it, and at the same time, apart from you mirroring it, if you come to say, let's say you create even the same lakehouse as well. Let's say the same lakehouse, right? Let's create a new schema. Let's create a new schema, and we're going to call it MySQL. Right? So this new schema, you can get data into this new schema. How are you going to get data into this new schema? So I'm going to go to get data, and you can use shortcut into this. I'm coming. Let me quickly see if we can use shortcut. Table shortcut. Okay, we have MySQL in the shortcut. Okay, good. Then we go to get data. At the top here, you will be able to connect. Let's see, upload file, new data flow gen 2. Okay, you can use data flow gen 2. So if you use data flow gen 2, I'm coming now. If you use data flow gen 2, I'm just going to create a new data flow gen 2, and you will see what I'm saying in action. I don't want to reach here yet, but because of your question, so I can answer your query. I can help your curiosity. It's coming up. So you notice that this thing looks, for if you've worked with Power BI before, you notice that this thing looks exactly like a Power Query, right? So if you come to this, right, then you can say you want to do your the way you connect to your database, right? The way you connect to that MySQL server with Power Query on your what is it called? Is the same, is exact way that you can connect to that here as well. So MySQL. So you see MySQL database. So you connect to that MySQL database, you put your credentials, and you migrate all the data from there, you migrate it into your MySQL. Can you see it?
Thank you.
So you choose your server, your database that you want to migrate, the connection, credential, your next. Once you do that, you'll be able to migrate your data from that place. It's not migrating. Let me call it migrating. Like maybe you do a copy job, right? So you are just mirroring what is happening there as well. into this thing, and you'll be fetching into that lakehouse, right? So if it is operation data that is sitting inside my SQL server, now your analytics workload is not fighting with the SQL with the operation data.
So I don't need any other
Hello, can you let me
resource.
know?
Did I answer your question? Edwin?
Yes, you did. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello.
Okay, yeah, hello, Golam. I think you want to be very active in this class, but I think your network, or I don't want to say network, but your speaker or your mouthpiece is not functioning properly. So maybe you should get yourself like maybe like an earpiece. So maybe that will help in to for you to be able to speak to the speaker properly, so we can pick whatever you want to say. We can't hear you. Thank you. Abdulgani.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. So when you try to get data, it's locally on your system. Is it also possible for us to get data if our data is sitting in our OneDrive or Google Drive?
Yes,
the way
now.
we can just copy the link to get
Yes, now.
data straight.
Yes, now. Can connect to those stats. Those one. You can even mirror it. So as you're updating the data in your on your local PC, on your OneDrive, the data updates as well in Fabric. You can do that. You are going to get to that. Yeah, I can see a lot of curiosity from you people, and I like it.
Okay, sir.
After this class, you people should make extra research. Go to Microsoft Learn, YouTube, and yeah, prepare for my next class. Moses.
All right, so my question is regards setting up a gateway, because I know in Power BI when you have like you created a report in Power BI desktop, and say you're getting data from an on-premise SQL server, just set a gateway so that you can connect the report on Power BI service to the server. Question is, for example, you created a data flow gen 2 workspace, which is basically a Power Query. If I am getting my data from an on-premise server, will I need to set a gateway?
Yes. You are going to set gateway, but this time around it's not going to be personal gateway. It's going to be gateway for the org for the org, right? So you set the gateway, and once you set the gateway, you can use the gateway, right, for that data.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Musa. Moses, you can drop your hand, please, so I can know. Musa, you have a question.
So much. Regarding to the recording and the material
What is
displacers,
it?
I don't know when you will get those ones. The recording and the slicers.
For the sliders, I'm going to get the slider to the organizer. So, but for the recording, I don't know about that. I believe the organizer will have more to say about that.
All right, no problem. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Zainab, you want to send them?
Yes. So for the recording, like the recorded video is we upload it on our YouTube page, CodeSphere Hub. So after the class, once we are able to get the recording, it will be uploaded. And in cases where we have like a data set or any materials that is being shared in class, we also attach it to that recorded video on YouTube. Have I been able to do justice to that question?
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay.
It's 2 of a class. It's 2 hours of class.
Gulam, is there anything you are trying to say? Like I can't hear you.
What time will this class end?
It's going to end by 7.
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah. Actually, I'm done. I just want to.
Okay. So thank you very much for today's
So
session,
today
Mr.
class will be end.
Olayemi. Yes, that's the end of the class. And then thank you for those who attended. I hope you were able to gain 1 or 2 things. And then we are going to continue this class tomorrow, same time tomorrow. And please let's ensure that we join the class early. Okay. So there is no class tomorrow, guys. Till next week. So this is like an introductory class.
In this live class, you can only in one
Yes.
day in a week.
So like we don't have any class tomorrow till next week. Then next week we'll join the class same time, 5. But let's ensure that we join before 5 so that we can start early and we don't have to keep on waiting for people to join. And then Mr. Awofe, thank you so much for your time and dedication. Thank you for sharing your knowledge with us. And then we wish you very well. Yeah, so Frank.
Live class will be ended today. And
I can't hear what this person is saying.
I will say that today live class will be ended, and in this live class only one day in our week.
Please can you, Gulam, please can you type your question in the chat box so I will be able to comprehend what you're trying to say. Thank you so much. So can you type your question in the chat box so I'll be able to comprehend that? Thank you. I would like to take a moment. I want us to take a moment to appreciate our facilitator, Mr. Olayemi Awofe. So let us give him a round of applause, everyone. Let us all give him a round of applause. Let us all give him a round of applause. He took the time to share his knowledge, and the practical experience with us today. And thank you for delivering such an insightful and engaging section and making the complexity of Microsoft Power BI easy to understand. Sorry. Your willingness to contribute to the group and can you hear me? I think it's a network.
Not at all. Yeah, so we are trying to appreciate you, and your willingness to contribute to the growth and development of Fabric community, data community. It's truly appreciated. Thank you so much for that. And then on behalf of CodeSphere Hub and the entire community, we say thank you for a valuable contribution to this program. We are really grateful to have you as part of this learning journey as we continue till the ending of this section. Thank you so much, Mr. Awofe. Thanks for having me this week. And then, Gulam, please, you can type your question in the chat box. I will be waiting to get your question in the chat box. Thank you. And as I've said earlier, the duration of this program is 6 weeks, and the aim is to ensure that we all pass the Microsoft Fabric Analytics certification. That is the aim. And kindly be rest assured.
Sir, I will send you some question in your chat box, but they cannot send it. I think my network issue.
Oh, okay.
Unable to type your question, but let me ask, are you currently on the WhatsApp group we created for this program? Hello, are you still there? Please, if you are on the WhatsApp group that we created for this program, I'll drop my WhatsApp number on the chat So you can try to message me. If you are unable to get it on the chat box, go to the WhatsApp group and just type and just message any of the admin. Your question will be answered. I think there was one Frank that was raising up his hand, like, please, if you have any question, just speak up.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Sorry, my question was just answered by the facilitator.
In this live section, in this
Okay.
live class. Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, Gulam, I think yes. So you can
in this class.
You can message the admin. So you can message the admin. So she will be dropping her number on the in the group in the chat now. You can send you can send her a WhatsApp message so that it won't be affecting. And likewise, as I was saying earlier, Microsoft voucher, 100% Microsoft voucher will be available before the ending of this section. So before the ending of this program, that's that. And like also, the only class tomorrow, this program is only Saturday, Sunday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. And also, I want each and everyone to take a moment to write a LinkedIn post about what you learned today. What were you able to take from this program? What were you able to grab from this program? So you can easily take a moment to write a LinkedIn post. Ensure you tag appropriately who you are supposed to tag. So thank you so much. Gulam, I'll be expecting your message. So I think she will be expecting your message and she will attend to you actively, right? So thank you so much, guys. Yeah, so thank you so much, guys. And we are going to see you next week as we'll continue for the program. Likewise, as I said earlier, ensure you tag CodeSphere, the facilitator, the founder, and the moderator as well. So next week, we are going to introduce you to the YouTube channel and an appropriate YouTube channel where you will learn more about Fabric as we also learn more in the class as well. So thank you so much, guys. It's nice seeing you this week. So we'll be seeing you next week. And likewise, next week Sunday, we are having a data modeling masterclass. So you should see it on CodeSphere LinkedIn post. You should see it on CodeSphere LinkedIn post. So thank you so much, guys. See you next week.